Hi, happy Hanukkah, and welcome to this week's Torah. In this week's Seder, we read about Paro, and our Pharaoh has two dreams. He has a dream of the fat cows and the thin cows, and how the fat cows are eaten up by the thin cows and they don't remain. He has dreams of the 7 fat stalks of wheat and 7 thin stalks of wheat, and the fat stalks of wheat are eaten by the thin stalks of wheat. And Pharaoh is very, very disturbed by these dreams, and he asks all his necromancers and also his magicians to tell him some kind of translation of that dream, and nobody is able to give him a good explanation. And finally, the royal wine butler steps forward. He says, well, you know what, I remember there was once this Jewish fellow, this Jew boy, that languished over there in the prisons, and we had a dream, me and the master baker, and he interpreted our dreams, and guess what? Exactly how he said, that's what happened. And then the pasuk tells us, Vayishlach Paro, Paro sent Vayikra es Yosef, and he called Yosef. Vayigalach, Vayichalev Simosov. They shaved him, they put on new clothes. Vayiritzum in Abor, they quickly brought him from the pit that he was in. Vayava Paro, and they bring him to Pharaoh. And one of the commentators points out something very important. Vayiritzum in Abor, they grabbed him out. They just took him very quickly from where he was and quickly brought him to Pharaoh. Pharaoh wanted him on the spot, on the double. That's where he had to be. And it's a great lesson for all of us, and it's a great comfort to all of us. Because if you look at Yosef, Yosef was in this pit for so many years, and he got in there from one minute to the next. Suddenly he was there. Suddenly his master's wife had made some kind of allegations against him, and he was in jail. And now he's there, and he says, how will I ever get out of this jail? And from one minute to the next, he's out of jail. Because God can change things around in 1 second. It doesn't take him days, it doesn't take him weeks, it doesn't take him even hours. From 1 minute to the next, everything can change. How many times have we thought, I'm in real trouble, I don't know how I'm going to get out of this situation, and suddenly at the end we look around, we turn around and we say, well, the problem's not there anymore. I'm not even sure how we solved it, but it's gone. Because God has a way of being able to solve troubles, to solve problems, and He doesn't need time. He's not bound by it. He can do anything. And so this is what we see over here, and He brings a few other things. He says, even when Mashiach comes, He says, Pisam Yavo, suddenly He will come. Suddenly you'll turn around and say, we're so far away from the Messiah, when is it going to come? And suddenly you turn around and there He is. Because that is the way that we can understand God's strength. Don't tell God how big your problems are. Tell your problems how big God is. Because God has the ability to take you out of any issue that you have. He has the ability to help you. And not over a long period of time, but even immediately. It must be a great comfort. It can be a great comfort to us to know that even when we're in trouble, even when we're in big trouble, we always have God to turn to. And we never know how quickly we can be answered. Wishing you all, again, a very good Shabbos and a very happy Hanukkah.